According to Vietnam's Ministry of Health, the country's fertility rate has remained below the replacement level for several consecutive years, standing at just 1.91 children per woman in 2024 and 1.93 in 2025. And Vietnam is also seeing a similar trend.
Right, and so in Vietnam, people are marrying later, with the average age at first marriage now surpassing 27 years old. And as marriage and parenthood are increasingly delayed, concepts such as SINK, or single income no kids, and DINK, meaning double income no kids, are becoming a part of a broader conversation among young people in Vietnam and beyond about relationships, family, and what constitutes a fulfilling life.
13 years of studying and working in Sweden gave Phu Tự Đạt a different perspective on marriage. After returning to Vietnam in his early 30s, he chose to focus on building his career despite persistent pressure to settle down and start a family.
When I came back to Vietnam, I had to start over in many ways. Right now, I have other priorities and goals that come first, while marriage and relationships are lower on my list.
SINK, single income no kids, refers to people who choose to remain single and child-free. On the other hand, DINK, double income no kids, describes couples who choose to build a life together without having children, for now or by choice.
When I was younger, I actually imagined myself living with 3 cats alone. But life took a different turn, and now I have an amazing partner. We are pursuing further studies and building our own path, and even taking care of my cats. Children are not something that I reject. I just don't see them as something that should happen simply because society expects it after marriage.
Marriage, children, a family of one's own. For decades, this was the traditional blueprint for adulthood. Recently, however, the script has been rewritten.
The darker side of marriage is being exposed so frequently on social media that many young people are constantly seeing it. In a world that is changing so rapidly, people may also be more emotionally and psychologically vulnerable. In some countries, premarital education is offered to help young people better understand marriage. It is unfortunate if that choice is made without fully understanding what marriage and family life involve.
SINK and DINK reflect different priorities at different stages of life. However, as these lifestyles become more common, they are no longer just personal choices, but also pose significant challenges to countries' social welfare systems.
We're getting old before getting rich. Many people are concerned that Vietnam could become one of the fastest aging countries in the region in just 30 to 50 years. That's why we need clear policies to provide economic support for young people when they get married and have children. Equally important are policies that promote gender equality, for example, giving fathers paid parental leave.
For many young people, postponing marriage or having children is not about giving up on those goals entirely. Instead, it can be a way of creating space to pursue education, build a career, or gain a sense of security before embarking on the next chapter of life.
And as growing numbers of young people postpone marriage and parenthood, the conversation is no longer just about individual choices. It's also about speaking to deeper changes in Vietnam's economy, culture, and demographic landscape. And to explore what is driving these shifts, our reporter sat down with Matt Jackson, UNFPA representative in Vietnam.
Thank you very much for joining us here today. In your opinion, what social, economic, or cultural factors are leading more people to delay marriage, postpone having children, or even choose to remain child-free?
From our State of the World Population Report last year in 2025, we know that around the world about 20% of people feel that they won't be able to achieve their desired family size. Economic pressures are the main factor here. The costs around housing, around childcare, schooling, the job security. These are big factors that are part of the decision making. And secondly, it's the burden of domestic work, so the burden of housework, the burden of care work, both caring for children and caring for elderly relatives as well. These costs and burdens are the biggest factors, and we know that the burdens particularly fall on the shoulders of women.
In recent years, lifestyles such as DINK and DINK have become increasingly common. Should we view this trend primarily as a demographic challenge or as a broader shift in lifestyles and personal values?
Well, we shouldn't look at this as either a challenge or a lifestyle choice. We also know that there are barriers that people face to starting a family. People with disabilities want to be able to access services that will support them. We know that most young people want to have about 2 children, but they feel that they need to be stable before they can then start a family. Vietnam is also rapidly aging. By 2034, we estimate that 20% of the population will be over 60. Policies can help overcome that. Policies to support people with the challenges they face around the high cost of housing and childcare, the lack of access to adoption or fertility services, and treatment. These changes can happen both at the economic and at the social level. They will enable individuals and couples to think about and to decide freely for themselves when to start a family and how many children to have.
Thank you for sharing your insights.
Thank you very much.
Delayed marriage and lower birth rates are becoming part of Vietnam's changing demographic landscape. Behind this trend are not only shifting attitudes toward marriage and family, but also growing concerns about living costs, employment, and social security. As a result, the population challenge is not simply about encouraging people to have more children. It is also about creating the conditions and support systems that allow young people to feel confident about starting a family and raising children in today's world.